Hey friend, welcome to the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast. I'm your host, Emily Nichols. I'm a self-care coach who is on a mission to help you get your body and mind fit through simple and sustainable self-care habits. And I get it. I'm a busy working boy mom who used to feel like a hot mess all the time until I found a solution, my own self-care routine. And friend, I want that for you too. Join us each week to hear attainable self-care tips for all areas of your life from my amazing guests or Quickie episodes with me, sharing my own experiences and professional wellness knowledge. After each episode, you'll leave with an action plan to start making self-care a priority in your life and get your body and mind fit. So grab a cup of coffee, glass of wine, or your favorite sparkling water, and let's do this. You're listening to episode 85 of the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast. Gang, it's March 1st. It's the start of a new month. I really like March because I feel like it starts to maybe transition to spring a little bit. My oldest son, he turns 13 this month, which is crazy. He needs to shave. He's way taller than me. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting old. But hey, with the start of a new month, I wanted to remind you of my Whole30 Anytime Course. A lot of folks go ahead and decide to purchase that at the beginning of a new month because it's a really great time to start your Whole30 journey. It's a great way for you to redefine your relationship and your habits with food and really find what foods agree with you and don't mentally and physically, and take that data, that info with you into your own food freedom. So I outline all of the prep work for you. I'm there for you every single day of your Whole30 as your virtual cheerleader and into your reintroduction and food freedom. So make sure to check out the show notes if the Whole30 is a right fit for you and you're looking for that extra layer of accountability. Also wanted to drop a quick note to make sure to sign up for my newsletter. There's a link in the show notes as well. This month, here in the next couple of weeks, I have a lot of big surprises coming and I don't want you to miss out on it. So get on my newsletter. I promise I don't spam. I send one newsletter every week, always with a bonus self-care tip. And you can also even join my private Facebook community as well. The newsletter folks and my community are the first to know, then the podcast, what is happening with me and the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast. And there's been some really exciting changes going on behind the scenes, and I can't wait to share it with you. So let's get into today's Quickie episode. Okay, let me say this. So this year in August, I'm turning 40 years old. Eek, that's so weird. Like, I remember my parents turning 40 and, I don't feel like 40 feels old anymore. I feel like the happiest and healthiest mentally and physically I've ever been in my life. But I've been looking for some type of fun challenge to do this year for my 40th birthday. So my husband, he turned 40 last year and he ran 40 miles on his birthday. I'm not interested in that whatsoever. People have suggested like Tough Mudders and stuff like that, which is great, but I've done Spartan races and stuff like that before. So, it's definitely still a challenge, but it's nothing new. People have suggested a triathlon, and I'm not interested in that at all. The swimming part does not sound fun to me at all. Like, I'm a pretty good swimmer, but with that many people and like an open body of water, like swimming frantically, no, that like gives me anxiety, makes my palms sweat just thinking about it. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just do a few little, mini challenges throughout the year, just challenging myself with my 40th birthday coming up this year, and also just really focusing on my relationships this year and fostering my friendships with my loved ones is really important to me as well. But I've been hearing a lot, and you probably have too since the beginning of the new year, about the 75 hard challenge. And I've seen a lot of people post about it. I've done a little bit of my own research, and I had some girlfriends texting about like, have you heard of it? I'm like, yes, it really isn't too different from how I live my life now. But I was like, maybe I should take on this challenge. And I'm recording this a week before I decided to do it. I'm like, well, Monday is the start of a new month. It's March 1st. How about I do the 75 hard challenge? I'll just do that as my first little challenge for myself for my 40th birthday year extravaganza of challenges. And as I was looking at the rules and whatnot, I'm like, I don't know if this is really the healthiest thing to do. But I do want to do a challenge. So I'm going to be doing the 75 hard challenge starting today, March 1st through May 15th. So that's 75 days. But I'm putting my own little spin on it, just knowing myself and what's going to be best for me physically and for my mental health as well. So here's like the official rules of the 75 hard challenge. Okay. So you follow a diet. It's so great. It's just like follow a diet, no cheat meals, no alcohol. Okay. The second rule is to do 2 45-minute workouts a day. And one of those workouts need to be outside. I'm like, okay, well, I can probably handle that. Drink a gallon of water a day, read 10 minutes of a nonfiction book daily, and take progress photos every day. Sounds not too challenging. It can be if you don't have fitness on the forefront of your mind. Like that's such a huge part of my self-care routine. It's something that lights me up physically, emotionally, spiritually, all the things. And I love obviously coaching at Orange Theory and all my other virtual fitness options as well, because I want to exude that light into other people and have them feel that way about fitness as well. So as I was thinking about the 75 hard challenge, I'm going to adopt the rules that they have, but I'm putting my own spin on it. So for the first one, follow a diet, no cheat meals or alcohol. So I can go without alcohol for 75 days. I don't drink very often anymore anyways. So that's not a big deal for me. I don't like the word cheat meal because I don't think there's such a thing. I think you just eat what you eat. So here's what I'm going to be doing as far as like following a diet. I am going to track my macros for 75 days. I do track my macros every once in a while as like a check-in tool for myself when I feel like I'm not feeling my best and I can maybe pinpoint it to what I'm eating, and I kind of take a look and kind of think, I need to readjust how much protein I'm having, or I'm having not enough protein, for example. So I am going to track my macros because I think that is a really good tool. I don't think it's good to track it for the rest of your life because I just personally don't. And I'm going to limit my grains and processed sugars, which I normally do that anyways, but grains and processed sugars have a negative effect on me with my skin. I break out really bad, and also I bloat really bad as well. And mentally, I just don't feel really good sometimes if I overconsume processed sugar. Now, the caveat to this, caveat, I don't know, is if there is a worth it situation that comes up for me where there is a special treat that it's going to make the situation even more elevated and make me feel even more wonderful about what I'm doing at that moment, then I may have like a little bite of something here or there because it feels worth it to me. And this is something I teach in my Whole30 course as far as what food freedom looks like. Worth it to you is personal to you. So I don't want to restrict and limit myself for 75 days because I don't believe that's healthy, because at the end of 75 days, I may just binge like crazy, which a lot of people do sometimes if they're not following the Whole30 in the right manner as well and going in with it with the right mindset. But that's kind of how I'm taking on the follow a diet rule, because it's so great. So for me, that's just a couple of rules that I'm taking on. So the 2 workout a day, that's no problem. Most likely my second workout will just be an outside walk though. I'm not going to be doing 2 hardcore workouts every day. I'm just not. We're going to be buying a Peloton soon, which I'm really excited about. I've missed being on a spin bike forever. So that will be like more of a joyful workout for me as well. And, I was doing so good over the summer getting in a daily walk and being outside and just listening to music or a podcast or a book. And as soon as it got cold, I was like, I'm not going outside anymore. So I want to get back to that. So more than likely that second workout a day will just be walking outside with my kids or my dog, or more than likely by myself. But the problem I have with the 75 hard challenge is doing 2 workouts every day for 75 days. You need a rest day. You have to rest. You have to. It's the way you restore your body and your mind. You prevent injuries that way and whatnot. So 1 to 2 of those days, my workout will be an active recovery like yoga, for example. So the next rule is to drink a gallon of water a day. No problem. I was doing that over the summer as well, and I kind of got away from it. I was feeling flushed away, literally. But with working at home, it's not an issue because I have a bathroom right there ready at my disposal if I need it. So TMI, but is true. Reading daily, that's no problem. I do that every day anyways. I'm really going to be focusing in on my Bible though, because I got a new Bible. I'm really just trying to dig into the Word a little bit more and relating that to my real life. And then the last rule was to take progress photos daily. I'm not going to do that. No, just no. When I work with clients, like with personal training clients, I do suggest to them, okay, take some measurements, take a before picture, and when you're ready, maybe you take an after picture so you can see any progress. And I hate to even use the word after picture. It's more like a progress picture, because I feel like there's never an end to living a healthy lifestyle. There's always end date to diets, because diets don't work. But I think it is good to have a visual progress and see where you're at. But doing that daily, I know for me, my mental health will plummet, because I will start nitpicking myself apart. I will start being like, oh, I'm not seeing this, I'm not seeing that. And this is not really about a physical transformation for me. This is more so about doing something mentally tough and hard. And I know for me, when I do something mentally tough or hard, like when first time I did a Spartan race, first time I did a Whole30, for example, I felt freaking on fire for life, and I felt inclined and powerful enough to do other hard things in life. So this is how I see it. So I will not be taking progress photos daily. I probably will take my measurements before and then after, but I'm not taking a picture every day of myself. That's not good for my mental health. So a couple of other things I am adding in is a couple of things that I've gotten away from that I really enjoyed doing over the summer. It seemed like with the weather, my self-care routine changed a little bit, which is okay. But these are things I want to add back in because they make me feel really great. The one thing is to make sure I am reaching 10,000 steps a day. That just goes without saying. I'm working and I'm sitting down a lot, and it's really good just to move your body throughout the day. So that shouldn't be an issue for me. And then the other thing is getting back to my cold showers. So if you go back in July of 2020, I shared my cold shower experiment. I went through a whole month taking a cold shower every day, and the minutes got longer and longer and longer. I think I got up to about 7 or 8 minutes in the cold shower, and I loved it. I would do it first thing coming out of bed. It's another mental toughness thing for me, and just waking up. And with me teaching super early Orange Theory classes, I'm like, man, I need to just hop in the shower, a cold shower before, right when I get up, so I feel extra awake and rejuvenated and ready to pour into our members coming in that morning. And I got away from it once it got cold outside, because then my shower got really, really cold. Just speaking the truth here. So I want to get back to taking a cold shower every morning, probably just like a 1 to 2 minute. I don't have to prove to anybody or even myself that I can take up to like a 8 to 10 minute cold shower, because I've done that. And I don't see too much more of a benefit of it. And granted, I'm getting up super early and have to be at Orange Theory at 4:30 in the morning, so I only have time for about a minute to just shock my body and mind and wake myself up. So that is my take on the 75 Hard Challenge. I think challenges like these are fun, and like I mentioned, when I've done really hard, challenging things in my life, it has just made me feel mentally tough. So this is not about a physical transformation. That's why I'm not taking progress photos daily. This is just about a mental toughness. I'm going to be doing other challenges throughout the year. Once I figure them out, it has to speak to me and speak to my heart, like, yes, this is something I want to do, which is why I'm just like, okay, March 1st, it's a Monday, starting the 75 Hard Challenge then. Sometimes I feel like things just speak to you and you got to go do it before you talk yourself out of it too. And I'm putting it out here on the show just for a little more added accountability, but also to inspire you to try to find something hard for you to do, a challenge for you to do. You don't have to have a big milestone birthday coming up like me, but it really does do your mind and body right to mix it up a little bit, do a little challenge for yourself. And like I said, with the 75 Hard Challenge, a lot of I liked the skeleton of the rules, and then I took it to make it my own, knowing myself physically and mentally. And of course, always consulting a doctor before you would try something like this as well. If you've never, if you've never worked out, if you haven't been working out for a few months, I wouldn't suggest going into 2 45-minute workouts a day for 75 days. That's going to lead to some injuries and not feeling so great and exhaustion more so than anything. So, but yeah, so I'm putting out there, I'm doing my own 75 hard self-care challenge, you could say, for 75 days. I'll be updating you periodically here on the podcast and over on Instagram. You can give me a follow over there at Emily Nichols 22 just to kind of update you how I'm doing mentally throughout the challenge. And I'll be listening to my body. And like I said, for sure, taking some active recovery yoga days in between there as well. So gang, if you loved today's episode, please leave a rating and review. And like I said, go give me a follow over on Instagram so we can connect over there and see a few behind the scenes things going on with the show. But like I said, the place to be is the newsletter and Facebook community, so you're able to hear about our really cool surprises coming. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So, all right. Thanks for listening to me ramble about the 75 hard challenge. Like I said, I'll be keeping you updated, and just know that you can do hard things too. As always, sending you lots of love, and I'll see you all next week.